championship.
Shots and being able to take advantage a little bit offensively. And then again, just the situational lacrosse, taking advantage of that tough shot by the Wise Guys in the end, getting one more crack at a possession, and coming up with another chance to tie up that game going into halftime.
To secure that victory.
Yeah, I think, again, it's going to come down to that battle at the face-off X. I think that's going to be a key because it seems like this is going to be a game that goes right down to the wire. We could have a matchup where this could be one where it simply comes down to who has the ball last.
So, heard it here first. Ellis Joshua, 4-4 the score here between the Honchos and the Wise Guys. It's the Long Island Metro Lacrosse League 2024 Intermediate Division Championship. Travis Quigley, Ellis Joshua taking you through the call. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back with the second half of action here live at Cantiague Park.
Every time I've looked over to like say the time, it's off. So I'm like guessing. But like I just keep ignoring him like okay, so we can turn it off in 2 seconds.
No, Frank, really?
That is not me. Just text like real fine.
I'm not. Are you going to seriously text me? Sure.
I might.
Live on the LI Sports Network, 2024 Long Island Metro Lacrosse League Intermediate Division Championship. First of 3 games here this evening at Cantiague Park. Travis Quigley and Ellis Joshua taking you through the call. This one, the score is 4-4. A really exciting first 25 minutes of action. We're back underway in the second half, and the Wise Guys win the opening face-off. We get a flag thrown from the near side official, and Ellis, looks like the Wise Guys are going to be going man up here as soon as the Honchos gain possession.
Yeah, and this is going to be our first flag of the game, which goes to show you it's been a clean game thus far, as that shot is going to be saved by the Honchos, but the flag will keep this one right down here with the Wise Guys.
And a really nice save there, Ellis, early on in this second half. Obviously, Honchos going to be down a man here. Great opportunity to start things up here for the Wise Guys to regain that lead that they had.
Yeah, and you definitely want to take advantage of the man up now if you're the Wise Guys and try to look to establish a tone in this second half. Again, they came out the gate strong in the first half, but Honcho is able to respond. But another chance for the Wise Guys here in the second half to reclaim the lead here.
Yeah, it looked like Sweeney's shot ended up hitting Al Monroe there.
Yeah, it looks
so we
like
get a quick whistle.
Yeah, he'll come out of the game here just to get looked at, just to make sure everything's all right.
Monroe's had a really, really solid defensive game through that first half. Obviously still early on in the second half here, but through the first 25 was really good for the Honchos. as the Wise Guys work back into their man-up set. Fake, unable to get the shot off. Still working it around, almost picked off. Back up top, firing one, big save made, and the Honchos gonna try to clear. Long pass goes off the stick of William Greaves, and it's gonna be Honcho's ball after it rolls out of bounds.
Yeah, so that's a great stop there for the Honchos, and they're able to get that stop when they were man down. Now a chance for them to grab their first lead of the game here.
As we roll back into even as well. So penalty expires for the Honchos. Great job there, like Ellis just mentioned. On the defensive side of the ball, Honchos in the black uniforms, Wise Guys in white. Wise Guys attacking left to right, Honchos right to left for this second half. Pass out front is knocked down. Ground ball is going to be scooped right up, though, here, and the Honchos maintain their attack. Nick Colantonio on the one-on-one, moves to the right side. Pass through, just got over the stick, it looked like, of Tim Navin.
And it looks like this one will be going the other way. So
Yeah.
possession back with the Wise Guys as
And
Jacob Arado just unable to save that one, keep it in bounds.
quick chance on the transition, making the save with the left foot. That's, I want to say, 3-4 saves in a row for the Honchos goalie. And now he's just going to do it by himself right now. Clear, still going with speed, still has the rock. And
Looks like this one,
we get a whistle. I want to say offsides. Is the call here, Ellis.
yeah, the offsides is going to give this one back to the Wise Guys. Like the effort, though, from Honcho's goalie, and they get possession right back in transition now.
Nice save, Jack DeResta. He's got a handful of saves now in this one. Great job by the Honchos, forcing that turnover, shot, and a goal. Cam Connolly on the pass from Colantonio, and the Honchos take their first lead of the night. They're up 5-4 now over the Wise Guys.
And there it is, the Honchos in front now, like you said, for the first time this evening. And again, I think you got to give some credit to their defense and the goaltending, as they were able to keep Wise Guys off the board here thus far in the second half. And now they get a crack on the opposite end and able to connect to take that 5-4 lead.
A big goal for the Honchos there. Wise Guys have been really dominant at the face-off X, one of Ellis's keys to the game in our pregame discussion that we had. Opportunity for them to make it a 2-goal lead. As I mentioned, that goal from
And of course, Travis, as we know, this sport is a game of runs. Some critical saves, and now a chance to extend that lead to 2 goals here as they look for more.
Navin comes and tries to set us, so Connolly's forced to pass the rock off. Quick move to the right. Wise Guys with the ball, trying to clear.
That's a big save there by DeResta, and here they come in transition now.
Donnellan through the middle, stepping into one, and another save made. Backside official blows the exchange his stick, so might have had an issue there. Maybe a stick broke. So the official blew play dead there just so we could run over and grab a new one.
Yeah, just a little equipment malfunction there. But DeResta right back in the cage. And we just had a goalie battle there on that last sequence. So first it was the Wise Guys coming up with the save, followed by Honchos to keep this a 5-4 game.
I was going to say, Ellis, I think the first couple of minutes of this second half tight, keeping it a 1-goal game for the Honchos. Wise Guys looking to get their offensive prowess back. We saw it the first 7-8 minutes of that first half where they jumped out to that 3-0 lead, Ellis. It seemed like they couldn't be stopped when they had the rock.
Right. But I do think that although the Wise guys had that 3-0 lead, they were getting quality shots, and in some ways you felt like they could have been up by more than just 3-0, but unable to connect on some of those shot opportunities, and the Honchos were always within reach and able to make up that 3-0 deficit and grab the lead here in this second half.
Sweeney tried to rip an underhand shot there, rolled wide. Wise guys stay with it. Pass over the head and whistle blown.
Yeah, over and back there on the Wise guys.
Turnover for the Wise guys. Honchos with a chance, ripping a shot. That one looked like it went off a body. Honchos will stay with possession here. And resetting things is Frank Gagliano. Gagliano quickly moved it up top, and Cole Antonio slides it over one more time. Alzheimer with possession. Cole Antonio down low, gets it right back, standing on the 20. To the left, knocked out of his stick. GB scooped up. Wise guys looking to clear, knocked out of the stick. Honchos forced a turnover, scooped up, and now rolling out is Stark, passing it to Menyet, and Menyet continuing this offensive set for the Honchos. Great job there from them, hustling back and not allowing the Wise guys to get the clear.
Yeah, we're seeing some great defensive plays now these last couple possessions. Some big-time defensive checks by both teams.
Santella trying to get to the middle there, couldn't find the lane, dished it off, and we see a little one-on-one with Alzheimer out on that far side of the field going against Casano. Pick right, and now pass up top. Rolling middle, shot, goal! Honchos, 6-4. Great shot there from Stark, fighting off the pressure. And another low shot, tough for the goalie to save. Gets the Honchos another goal on the board, 6-4. And again, last goal gave them their first lead, now their first 2-goal lead. Momentum seemingly on their side, potential to pull away from the Wise guys here. Wise guys got to find their offensive touch quickly here.
Yeah, that's a great take there by Kyle Stark to bury that goal and give the Honchos a 6-4 lead. And right now, if you go back to that first half, that's now 3 unanswered goals for the Honchos as they lead this one by 2. And it looks like this possession will be going to the Wise guys. So they are in search of some offense right now, looking to break the seal here in this second half.
Very important set right now for the Wise guys. Pass almost picked off there. Wise guys still working through it. Sweeney moves it up top. Now Jack Murray to the right. No shot lane, one more pass. Continuing to work it around the horn. .13:40 to go here, second half. Shot from Sweeney. Skips wide, stays with the Wise guys.
Wise guy.
No lane there. Now with some space left side. Spinning, trying to get a shot. Bounce shot, save is made. Ground ball almost scooped up, skips away. Now the Wise guys hold on to it. Good opportunity there. Couldn't cash in, but you almost sense that a goal is coming here, Ellis.
Yeah, you can definitely feel it. It seems like it's only a matter of time before the Wise guys break through here, as they've had possession now.
Pass to the backside. A little underhand shot. Couldn't hit the target. But again, Wise guys will hold on to possession here. Like you mentioned, Ellis, no shot clock here in the Long Island Metro Lacrosse League, so the teams are allowed to take as long as they'd like, work through their sets, find the best option as a shot is saved one more time. The goalie battle continues here in the second half. And it's starting to lean in favor of the Honchos.
And now as they look to push and transition, and that ball pops out as the Honchos, Kyle Cochran looking for a break there for the Wise guys.
Ball goes out of bounds and stays with the Wise guys. 6-4, the score in favor of the Honchos. About 11 and a half remains here in the second half.
Yeah, definitely still an eternity left in this game. Only down by 2 if you're the Wise guys. And they've had plenty of chances offensively. I think if you're the Honchos and you're that Honchos defense, you're just looking to hold the fort, sort of bend but don't break mentality. And they've done a great job here thus far, pitching a second half shutout to this point.
And Tyler Cupp has got a goal here tonight, trying to find a second, looking for a lane. Nice defense being played there by Jacob Arado. Donnellan trying to spin out front. Backs off, pass behind, rolling out, shot goes over. Wise guys still with it, gonna be Sweeney here on the reset. And Ellis, as we continue to inch closer towards the end of this game, you gotta start to think that, especially for the Honchos side of things, that clock management is going to be extremely crucial as we approach the final 10 minutes.
Yeah, I think if you're the Honchos and you still have this 2-goal lead late in this second half, it's going to get to a point where you're going to be counting down those last couple minutes, just wanting that clock to run out as quickly as possible. But you definitely don't want to get to that point just yet, with still plenty of time to go in this one. And the Wise guys having such lengthy offensive possessions, getting their chances, just unable to break that seal in the second half. And now nearly a turnover, but this one once again will stay with the Wise guys.
A nice job by the Wise guys there, hustling, not allowing the Honchos to get the clear after the initial turnover that they forced. Wise guys still working through the offensive set. Seems like they've had the rock for the last 3-4 minutes now, as they're still on the hunt for a goal. Haven't scored since the first half. Leaping shot is saved, scooped up by Al Monroe, and Monroe charges down the far side of the field, keeps his feet in bounds, and he's got no defense near him.
So once again, the Honchos, they hold up defensively. And now I think you definitely want to give your defense a respite here and kind of have a deliberate offensive possession of your own, especially playing with that lead.
And Ellis, Al Monroe might be working his way into the player of the game conversation. We certainly have a couple of nominees thus far, but he's had a really, really solid night here on the defensive side of the rock.
Yeah, Monroe, absolutely a standout from a defensive standpoint for the Honchos, as he's been great coming up with some turnovers, had that great yard sale back in the first half, doing great in the clearing game. So definitely a huge reason why the Honchos have only allowed 4 goals thus far.
And turnover there going against the Honchos. And far side official had a flag down, so we'll see what the call ends up being here. It's going to be a man-up situation, I believe, for the Wise guys.
So again, the Wise guys, they'll have a chance on the man up to take advantage here. This is only the second flag of the game. So again, a relatively clean game played to this point, but this is a golden opportunity for the Wise guys here, looking to make this a 1-goal game.
And Ellis, I mentioned the clock management aspect for the Honchos, but now as time continues to tick down, 7 minutes, 20 seconds to go, the Wise guys now have to have the clock in the back of their minds as they're down by 2 here, as a pass was not completed Turnover is forced. Another turnover, though. Wise Guys win it right back after turning it over. Able to get back into their...
Essentially lost possession for the Wise Guys, but Denellen not giving up on the play there and coming up with an all-important possession for the Wise Guys, looking to make this a 6-5 game.
And the penalty expired, so we're back to even. Wise Guys unable to capitalize. Bounce shot, didn't have the angle, goes over. Wise Guys stay with it, so Wise Guys 0 for 2 now on man-up situations. Shot and a goal, sneaky one there. Braden Denellen gets the Wise Guys on the board. We'll take a look at the replay. Great job there from Denellen on this one, coming off of that restart, Ellis.
Yeah, and that's a great job by Denellen. He just used the pick, and that was able to free him for just a split second. But that pick being able to shield the defense, and Denellen able to get that angle to cash in on that shot and give the Wise Guys a much-needed goal as they're now back within one. That's 6-5.
5 minutes, 45 seconds to go here in the second half. A big goal for Braden Denellen and the Wise Guys. Cuts it to just a 1-goal lead for the Honchos. 6-5 the score. Wise Guys with another face-off win. And now Sweeney charging towards the cage, lets one go, and Brandon Sweeney ties the game 6-6 for the Wise Guys. Sweeney with his second goal of the night.
Man, and what a turn of events, as just moments ago, it was the Honchos looking to be in the driver's seat, up by 2, but the Wise Guys, they come back with 2 quick goals, and I believe that ensuing face-off off of the score by Denellen was won actually by number 18, Will Greaves. So just want to get that roster number updated, as Greaves winning an all-important face-off, and he wins another one here. So just like that, the Wise Guys, a chance late in this second half to reclaim the lead.
And momentum, like you said, back with the Wise Guys following those 2 quick goals, Ellis. Working through another offensive set, another face-off win for them has been so crucial to this game so far. Everything that happens at the face-off X, as it's really helped position the Wise Guys to be able to come back and tie this up late in the second half. 4 minutes, 10 seconds remains here in the Intermediate Division Championship. Only one team can be crowned the winners. Wise Guys with the Rockets. Denellen behind the cage, feet just outside the crease, looking for lanes, options, openings. No problem taking his time. Fires a pass up top, sidearm shot, save is made. Beautiful save right there. Now the Honchos on the attack, off the bar.
Oh man, the Honchos with a great chance there, but that one is going to be denied by the crossbar.
That was Will Santella who let that one fly, and he had a lot of space, stepped into that one. A lot of heat on it, puts it off the crossbar and up. Honchos still with the rock, have another chance here to the left side. No lane for Cole Antonio, dishes it off. Rolling out to the middle, overhand shot off the stick of DeResta. Another key save there for Jack.
That's a big time save there by DeResta in crunch time, keeping this one tied up.
Jack DeResta stops it again. Goalie battle continuing here in the second half, late, just 2.5 to go. 6-6 the score. Wise Guys looking to clear.
And a good job as the Wise Guys do successfully clear. Jack Murray getting possession up to the offense, and now the Wise Guys down the stretch. A chance to come back from that 2-goal deficit and reclaim the lead late.
And Ellis with just 2 minutes to go. Next goal could be the winner.
Yeah, we talked about it at halftime that this game may very well come down to who has the ball last, as it seemed like it could be setting up for that. And here we are down the stretch in the second half.
Donnellan passes up top, splitting too deep. Behind the back shot goes wide. What a highlight reel goal that would have been. Wise Guys continuing to put the pressure on. 90 seconds remains. Donnellan behind the back pass gets knocked down. And we get a whistle. Timeout called by the Wise Guys. Only time the clock stops here in the Long Island Metro Lacrosse League is 4 timeouts. And what a crucial time to call it here, Ellis. Minute 22 seconds remains. 6-6 is the score. Wise Guys with the rock. I'm going to have you put the coach's jacket on for a second here. What would you be drawing up right now to try to get the win?
Man, well, first of all, if there was ever a time to take a timeout, it is definitely at this moment in a tie game. But I would say if you're coming out of this huddle, if you're the Wise Guys, I'm looking for Donnellan to possibly create his own type of offense here. I think he's had a really good game from an offensive standpoint for the Wise Guys, giving them a couple goals, especially late in this one. So I think Donnellan is a player that could be key coming out of this timeout, being able to create his own offense, possibly draw a matchup where he can get a short stick on him potentially and try to take advantage.
Between Donnellan or Sweeney, you know the rock's going to go to one of those guys. They've been absolutely crucial in the offense here tonight for the Wise Guys, as both teams getting ready now to come out of this timeout. Wise Guys setting up at the rock here on the near side of the field. And like I said, minute 22 remains here. No shot clock. You mentioned that earlier on in the first half here, Ellis. So Wise Guys can absolutely just hold on to the ball here, wind the clock down a little bit, get that last shot, maybe last 2 shots, and don't let the Honchos maintain possession. But obviously there's a risk that comes with that. Ball gets knocked free. Honchos able to get in on transition. It's this last minute 22, you're almost taking it second by second here.
Yeah, absolutely. And if we remember how the first half came to an end, when it looked like the Wise Guys had a chance to possibly hold for 1 shot, they didn't, and it gave the Honchos a chance to tie up that game going into halftime. Let's see if the Wise Guys decide to be a little bit more deliberate here and take that final shot of the game here. And worst case scenario for them could be overtime.
Behind the cage, trying to get some space out front was Jack Murray, passes it off. Bounce shot kicked away. What a stop there. Ball still on the ground. Wise Guys scoop it up. Ground ball picked up there, and now trying to get some space to the front of the cage. Just 40 seconds remaining. Slowing the game down just a little bit more. The Wise Guys, Travis Aquilino tries to make a move to the right side, defended tightly there by Arado. Monroe on Donnellan. Donnellan fires one through the crease. It's a foot race. Winning it are the Wise Guys. Aquilino got there first, and we're down to 12 seconds. Final play of the half. Aquilino rolls out, takes a shot, and that one goes wide. Might have skipped off the stick of the Honchos goalie. Goes out of bounds. Restart, quick, long lead pass up the field, right into DeResta's stick. He's going to fire it back down the length, and the horn goes. That's going to do it for the second half. And Ellis, we got the greatest words in sports, overtime, coming up here for the Intermediate Division Championship. 6-6 through 50 minutes of lacrosse between the Honchos and the Wise Guys. Next goal is going to win it.
Oh, yeah.
Your take on the second half and your take going into overtime here.
Well, this is definitely a great way to start the night in game number 1 here of the championship evening, going into overtime. And you got to give credit to the Wise Guys. Again, rallying back down the stretch from that 2-goal deficit, able to come up with a couple critical goals down the stretch to tie up this game and force OT, because it looked like momentum was seemingly with the Honchos down the stretch, but the Wise Guys, they hunkered down and they were able to come up with some pivotal scores late in this one to be able to force overtime and potentially come away with the championship here in overtime.
Yeah, as you mentioned, Wise Guys in the clutch late. Braden Donnellan with a goal. Brandon Sweeney had 2 goals, 2 assists through regulation. And you can't forget Honchos' Cam Connolly, 2 goals as well. Andrew Searing also 2 goals for the Honchos. A couple players that you got to watch out for here in overtime. But we're ready to get underway, and we are back live. Overtime Intermediate Division Championship game. Wise Guys and the Honchos 6-6 here at Cantiague Park. Next goal is going to be the winner.
And a big opening face-off win for Sean Hill, number 4, out of LIU for the Honchos to give them that first possession here in OT.
Now every possession crucial here in overtime.
And I have a feeling, Travis, that we may see some big-time saves from each goalie in this overtime, as that's been a theme, especially in that second half. Some pivotal goalie saves on both sides, which was a huge factor in this game not being decided in the first 50 minutes of play.
It's 6-6, but chance here for the Honchos. Come back to that thought as spinning. One more pass, and it wouldn't get through. Ground ball is picked up, and now the Wise Guys will try to clear. But we mentioned it a lot through that second half, Ellis, how it was a goalie battle, and it's a 6-6 game. If these two guys weren't in the cage, it could be a 12-12 game. These guys have been phenomenal here tonight as the Wise Guys successfully clear, and now it's Sweeney charging to the net. Sweeney dives, Sweeney scores, and the Wise Guys are the Intermediate Division champions.
What a finish here in game number 1 as we get another look at the game winner for the Wise Guys by Brandon Sweeney, and just able to get a step on his defender and be able to get some space and scoring that one as he was sliding to the ground, able to bury it. And that is a winner for the Wise Guys as they take it 7-6 in OT of the Intermediate Division.
Brandon Sweeney, the graduate from Sacred Heart University. We mentioned him, focal point of the offense all night here. Right before overtime started, we said Sweeney's a player that you got to watch out for. And as soon as the Wise Guys got their first possession, he gets the rock, and he makes no mistake, Ellis. 7-6. The Wise Guys take home the Intermediate Division Championship. That's 3 goals, 2 assists on the day for Brandon Sweeney.
Yeah, and congratulations to the Wise Guys. So they won in the semis 7-6, beating Crystal Lacrosse. And once again, it's a 7-6 winner in the championship, as it's the Wise Guys taking the trophy home.
So stay tuned right here on the LI Sports Network as we have a post-game interview coming up with tonight's player of the game. Gotta guess, it's gonna probably be Brandon Sweeney, the LI Sports Network. And then after that, don't go anywhere. We're gonna switch right over to the second game, which is gonna take place roughly 8:25 start time. That's between TRA Strong and the Silver Bullets in the Advanced Division Championship game. So we'll take a quick break, and we'll be right back in a moment with the post-game interview featuring our player of the game here in the Intermediate Division Championship.
No, just because if we had the third head, then absolutely. We could do a Alice question, yes, question, break it down like that. But then, no, yeah, that's all good. Yeah, I knew when it was here, but told me that they're gonna take a picture and then I'm gonna send them over. They should, I hope they give us enough time to allow you to switch over to the other stream, the next stream. We'll go with something like leading into next season, something like that. All right. What are you gonna take from the summer leading into? All right. All right. John Urbano's.
Interview. Travis Quigley here with John Robato of the Wise Guys. John attends Seton Hill, and he's a new intermediate division champion here in the Long Island Metro Lacrosse League. So, John, just start things off, how does it feel to be a champion here tonight?
It feels amazing. Everyone's been playing.
Lacrosse League, obviously a big year, 45th year. What's it like coming in each summer, coming here every week? You know, you're playing with guys that you don't play with during the regular season, maybe some guys you played with in high school, but what's it like coming together, having that camaraderie, all being Long Island lacrosse players, and developing that chemistry over the 10 weeks of the summer like you mentioned?
I mean, we're all friends, we're all boys. We always love coming down here. We're texting every day about it, sending photos of each other in here, playing hard, and you know, it's just like it's a special team, special league. Everyone loves it here. It's amazing.
That's awesome. And what can you take from this summer as you get ready to head back to Seton Hill in a couple weeks? Obviously, lacrosse season doesn't start until the springtime, but you got a little bit of fall ball. So what can you take that you learned from this summer into the season to help you best prepare and succeed this season?
Don't take anything for granted. You know, we had a lot of leads this summer. We fell short, but I learned that we got to just keep playing through everything. You know, can't stop. Keep going.
John Robato here of the Wise Guys, intermediate division champion. Thank you for your time, John.
Shout
Appreciate
out Wise
it.
Guys. Thank you.
Enjoy that celebration with the team.
Thank you.